Good morning, quilt people and seekers of the world. How are you? I'm okay. 2025. Here we go. Super fun. But I'm excited about today's topic. You know. Is that a true statement for you? Do you know? Because ultimately, when we really start to begin a journey of self-exploration, what it leads us to is that knowing. And if you have not arrived there, there is your work, right? You know. And when I work with people in a shamanic healing session, which is just such a beautiful exploration of self, right? No judgment, no expectations, nothing that the world holds as true, only what you hold as true. Because you know. You know everything. You know your truth. You know your wisdom. You know where you're heading. And all of these things will be true for you, either in chaos or in clarity. And the difference between those two things is all found in one place, and that one place is called stillness. If you do not have a sense that you know, it is because your mind is in chaos. It is because you have not taken the time to explore yourself truly, spiritually, deeply, to understand what's living up here. What's living up here that is informing everything that you're seeing, because that's the point that we're getting to. And it's about understanding control, and it's about understanding where power lives. The strong man, historically, as we see in many political circles, right? The strong man, or that, archetype, believes that power lives by seizing power, by taking power, by arranging the external world in a certain way in order for them to exist with an opportunity to hold leverage above others. That ultimately is the paradigm of power that most people in the world are seeking. However, when you start hanging out with really powerful shamans and people who understand energy work and people who have the ability to manifest on a Christ level, they understand power differently because they aren't trying to arrange the external world in order to achieve some goal. They're trying to arrange the internal world to achieve some goal. Let's give an example. Let's say somebody is going to do anything, play the lottery. And they walk up to the lottery machine, and how they are carrying themselves, how they are vibrating in the world, what their resonance speaks of, informs the rest of the world how to respond. So if the person is playing the lottery tickets and they're walking up and they're like, oh my gosh, because I say this to myself all the time, I am the luckiest human in the world. I absolutely am. And I see repeated examples time and time again, how I, Dale Allen Rouse, is the luckiest human alive. So with somebody with that resonance walks up to the lottery machine and plays the lotto, what are their results going to be versus the person who is so desperate and I'm so broken, I need some money so badly, and they go up to the machine and they play and they're just in a state of desperation, right? Does either one of those approaches affect the result? And again, sometimes it's not that those two approaches would affect the result as much as the result would be allowed to be seen differently. Does that make sense? Whatever you are trying to do, accomplish, or achieve, the end result is already predetermined before you begin. Because no matter what you're doing it with, right? We've talked about this so many times. When you send an ask out into the universe, it comes back to you like a boomerang with the same vibration in which the ask was sent. So if you send a crappy ask that's filled with chaos and toxicity, into the world, and it boomerangs back and comes back at you with toxicity, like, is that what you want? Is that your ultimate game? Because there's no clarity there. There's no actually accomplishing a goal there. There's just sending out more chaos into the universe, and then it comes back to you as chaos, and you're like, oh, well, this is how the world operates. It's not. The world operates, and again, there's two worlds. There's the world of man, and then there is like the world that is real. And not that, mankind isn't real. It is on an animal level real, but its thought constructs that it deems as truth isn't real. And you don't have to participate in that. In fact, I'd encourage you to step out of that paradigm. Stop associating with thought constructs developed by others that make you unhappy. That's a choice. It's a powerful choice, especially in this day and age where there is so much chaos that people are trying to bring to you and present to you as either truth or goodness or wholeness or religion or whatever else it is that they got going on. That's their thing. It has nothing to do with you. Are you seeing the world as chaotic? If you are, it's because you're attaching to the world of man. If you see the world as peaceful, then you will be attaching to the world of God. You can't come here to my farm and sit with my ducks, right? And our new kitties that we have that are so cute, but I think they're like part bobcat or something. They're definitely part like wildcat somewhere. It's like, because we rescued them as little kittens and we didn't quite realize what they were going to grow into, and now they are serious mousers. But anyhow, I digress. It's just a beautiful thing, right? And if you don't have that beautiful thing in your life and on your property, that's a you thing, right? That's up to you. The world is as it is, and it always will be. To try and fight that is to try and hold back the tide. It is an exploration in chaos and nonsense. It's not even an option for you, and yet, most people on planet Earth, that's where they spend their time, trying to fix and fight and arrange the external world, right? It's as if, like we talked about before, right? The movie projector is your mind. What you're seeing is the screen. And most people are like batting at the screen, trying to like fix that, completely unaware that if they stopped that madness and just focused on the projector and inserted a different movie into the film thing so that they were looking at a different thing, that's real sustainable change. This other, trying to control the external world? No. You're just setting yourself up for more fix and fight. And that is what we're trying to step out of. We will have peace on earth when we understand that in order to acquire such a thing, we ourselves must be peaceful. Are you peaceful? Are you actively working on ending your own personal toxicity in the world? Are you actively working on bestowing to yourself peace and beauty and grace and love and all the things that you're looking for? But most people don't understand. They do not need others. They do not need a God. They do not need anything outside of themselves, because within themselves is everything they are seeking. Their sense of oneness, their sense of wholeness, their sense of peace, their sense of joy, their sense of abundance, right? And that's the greatest thing. When you start to realize that all those things aren't things you acquire, but rather things that you begin to align with. And again, that takes sensitivity, that takes quiet, that takes stillness, that takes peace to bring yourself in your mind to that place. Only deal in the projector that is showing you things, right? And even when it's showing you things that you do not like, rest assured that it is happening for a reason. Do not judge the evolution of man. Do not judge the evolution of America. It's all very necessary. And to try and fight that is to try and co-opt like the process of God for your own personal benefit. Right? We talk a lot about God's handiwork in here. And what does that mean? What does that mean to you? Because as we have adopted in here, the understanding that there is no separation between you and God. You are one in the same. You are one entity. You are one being operating in harmony and conjunction in order to affect everything that you see. Are you in control of everything that you see? Can you look at the Middle East and be in control of that? Can you look at modern day America today and be in control of that? Because that calls out, what does being in control mean? And what does God's handiwork mean if you are God? If you are operating as the agent of God on earth, one and the same of. I mean, and obviously this like kind of, triggers me a little bit, but there's quite a few examples in Christianity that is like the actual message. And I think that that's where Christianity like got off track. They're trying to take the Bible as literal instead of figurative. And many times, like very powerful leaders, Buddha, Jesus Christ, whomever, masters that we have witnessed on earth have given us clear direction. Jesus often said that I operate with, one, mind in God and one mind on earth. Right? He talks about the unity of joining, right? And operating as a part of the expression of God, leveraging all that means. The world is physical. The world is also non-physical. If you are aware of how much information is flying all around you, and I'm not just talking about like free Wi-Fi, right? I'm talking about other forms of information that are going around us that the human meat package cannot see, understand, or process. Doesn't mean you can't use it. Doesn't mean you can't harness and leverage that for your own gain. This in here, all of this personal power is for your own gain. It is for you to be able to manifest on a Christ level and understand that your ask of the universe can arrive like that if you know the steps of manifesting. I have been studying manifesting as a science for the better part of 2 decades now. Right? This whole thing is all based off of that because that's the life I want. I want to be able at a Christ level to go, I want this, I have this, I am this, it is true. And it manifests and appears in the physical world. That all starts in one place. Understanding the statement, I am. That unlocks everything. That jailbreaks the matrix when you stand in I am, which is the most powerful statement on earth. Why? Because it brings everything together that you need in order to stand in power. I, me, right? Just this entity and everything that exists within me. I am the existence, the current moment, the presence, the attachment, right? All of that. I am. And then if you add a couple words after that, then that really locks it in, right? You got to understand, and this is the thing that I've come to in my most recent learning. What's written on your North Star is where the power lives. And when you join that with I am statements, then it really speeds everything up. I am, right? I am my North Star. And my North Star can't be written in such a way that it's a future activity, but a current happening today, ownership of that which is, right? It's not, I am going to be a best-selling author. No, I am a best-selling author, right? I am a best-selling author whose books get easily turned into best-selling blockbuster films that help evolve the consciousness of man. That's who I am. That's what's written on my North Star. And so, like, how do I manifest that vision, right? And again, all of this is exchanging sight for vision. Your vision, right, of what you're manifesting. The North Star is the most important because it's in the North Star that you connect with your sense of I am, and that's the place where you find your joy. And the joy speeds up the whole process, right? So if I am like having a bad day and I'm like, I don't know if these books are gonna work, I don't know if this thing is gonna take off, I'm nothing has happened yet. I mean, my personal story, foreign to me, has been out almost 2.5 years, and I've never had a single close friend read it or be interested in my life story or want to know me on that level. But that's how I am doing all of this, am I? My North Star doesn't say so that my friends can get to know me and understand, my journey with dystonia and, what it has meant for me in order to wade through PTSD, religious-based abuse, like all of this that, has just been so trying for me in my lifetime. I mean, even uttering those words is like putting garbage into my energy field. I don't want that, right? I'll just get rid of that real quick. Okay? You have to look at your North Star. And my North Star is and always be, because this is my truth. I am a world-famous author whose books get easily turned into blockbuster films that help evolve the consciousness of man. It's not a future statement, it's a now I am statement. I am a best-selling author. And why that's so important is because it's at that intersection where you find joy, like real joy. And so if you're having a bad day and you can ground yourself into that truth of I am a best-selling author, I am a best-selling author, I am a movie maker, and you can start to see it, but you're not just seeing it, you're adopting it. And then you can't fill yourself up with that truth without becoming very joyful, right? Because suddenly I've achieved and accomplished all of my hopes and dreams like that on my own say-so. And it's true for me. It is absolutely true. And so the universe is continually day by day bringing it all together in order to accomplish that ask. The ask cannot be worked. And this is where I was really off. Because I was working that and trying to, do all the things, the earthbound things, the hustle, the go, the try, the effort, the, contacts, whatever. And I'm going to just crush it. And I'm doing, 20 posts a day in order to focus my entire crew on, no. Because those are all statements of lack. Those are all statements of I do not have. Those are not spirit statements of I am. The I am and the ask that you hold there, that you are looking to manifest, must be held as if you were holding butterfly wings. It is the most delicate thing that you can imagine, and yet it has the power of 5 atomic bombs. That's what you're doing. That is where the mastery and manifestation all starts to happen, is in that very delicate holding of the ask, understanding the truth and power that is found in there when you fill yourself up with that truth. Don't work your ass. Hold it delicately. Hold it with reverence, right? Hold it in truth for you. Hold it in blessing and gratitude. And gratitude is especially helpful in this situation because you're thanking for the universe for that which hasn't quite arrived yet, but you know that it will. And you understand that I am a best-selling author whose books gets turned into films. And knowing that that's my future is all that I need, because it's already true. It is true for me. That is my life. That is my future. And I can remember it forward as clearly as I can remember anything back. That's where the power lives. So don't be out there trying to fix and fight the world. Stay home. Be quiet. Don't hustle. Align. This is really important, right? That you go through the universe and you feel how people resonate with you. Are they aligning with your North Star or not? If they are, great, get on board. See what's there. But if they're not in alignment with your truth and your North Star, then, no harm, no foul. Just go find others that share that vision for you. So, in all of this, in grounding into I am, know there's nothing that you see that you are not in control of. If you do not have that, that's where your work lies. Bless the chaos. Bless the insanity. Let them go and work out their consciousness as you work out yours. The world is as it is, and you just have your place in it. Have your place in it coming from a place of clarity and peace for yourself. Do all this for you. This is not about others. This is not about justice. This is not about you saving people. This is not about you trying to do something high-minded. This is about you trying to do something that is true. And so that doesn't matter what it is. I mean, look at our current president. He's the most non-spiritual human. And yet he lives his truth clearly. And that's why he's powerful. Own that for yourself. Again, it doesn't have to be high-minded. I mean, you can do anything so long as it's true for you. So what's true for you? What are you holding on as your North Star, right? And just stay there, right? In peace, in clarity, in love, right? Knowing where you're going, holding that North Star, and knowing that you know. Answer those questions for yourself. Never look outside of yourself. Never look outside of yourself for anything. And if you haven't gotten there, I am certainly willing to help you out. I am available for coaching on any level, whether it's business coaching, whether it's spiritual coaching, whether it's helping you to discover your spiritual gifts. I am always available for you. You can message me anywhere and I will respond. Right? Let's do this together. And it's not about evolving the fight. It's about ending the fight. And that's a you thing. Anyway, that's where we are today. I hope that was helpful, and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.